The most interesting part of the markets at the beginning of this week is Bitcoin. Bitcoin is setting up for a big move. So we're going to talk about Bitcoin. We're going to talk about 3 Bitcoin stocks that you need to put on your watch list and have your orders ready. Let's go. Welcome to Hot Trades of the Day, your show for swing trading ideas for the coming days, weeks, and month. Bitcoin, if we look at it and let's jump right into the charts, has really done nothing for about a month and a half. If you look at the chart here, you can see we broke the consolidation phase, the downtrend, so to speak, whatever one you want to talk about, doesn't really matter, same thing, which was a bull flag. After the election, we had the run up, then a second leg up, which was surprisingly small, which is interesting. But if you really look at it, we kind of have done nothing for 6 weeks. We've been stuck in this sideways range between this yellow resistance zone on top and this blue support zone on the bottom. But look at the most recent developments. We went down to the support zone. It held. That's fair. We broke the downtrend. Bullish sign number 1. We moved to the upper end of the sideways channel. That has happened before. No big deal here. But look at this. For the past 3 days, we have been hovering. We've been hovering around this resistance zone. There has been no selling pressure, which is different to what we saw in the past when we hit this zone, right? We hit the zone, immediate selling pressure. We went back down. We hit the zone, selling pressure, went back down. Hit the zone, selling pressure, right? Hit the zone, selling pressure. Now, for the first time, we don't see any selling pressure at all following the hit of the resistance zone. So what does this tell us? 2 things. First thing is, obviously, we're going to have a big move coming up here in Bitcoin, either up or down. If this gets rejected, we're going to see something likely see something like this. We're going to move down really fast, or like we saw here, we're going to move down really fast. But if we break above it, which basically means that we're going to break over the $100,000 barrier, which is more of a mental resistance zone than anything, we're going to go right up to the all-time highs. Minimum. So you need to be ready for this. The RSI is in the buying area already and it's moving up. So this is already giving us support. Yes. Yeah, I know Bitcoin bears. I get it, right? We still have this negative resistance that has held and has been in place since the middle of November, right? But guess what? If you would have shorted it based on the negative resistance, let's say first time you saw it was right here, you basically would have likely been stopped out or lost money if you were short. You didn't gain anything. It hasn't played out yet, but it's there. I admit that, right? No doubt about it. But again, the RSI negative positive divergences for Bitcoin, because it's such a short-term momentum driven asset, that something like negative divergence, positive divergence that develop over a month don't really predict the immediate price moves. So let's talk about 3 crypto stocks that we want to have our orders ready for the event that Bitcoin breaks out of the sideways channel to the upside. And we expect a major move if it breaks to the upside. I expect Bitcoin to break the all-time highs. I expect Bitcoin to hit the upper end of the channel, which will probably be something like 115, 120. So this is a big move that's coming up here, and as typical with crypto, very, very fast. So you can make even more money in the crypto stocks. And the first one we want to look at is Coinbase. When Bitcoin starts to move, Coinbase really moves. Look at this. This was the election, and then look at this immediate run that Coinbase went on. So what has happened? We're still in a downtrend, right? Coinbase and the other crypto stocks have not broken the downtrend. Bitcoin has already. That's the first indicator for us to know. So the downtrend is still in place. We have this support zone and we're moving back in it. Looks like we're gonna defend it. The RSI is about to give us a buy signal here. We're not in buy territory yet, but we're getting there. So this is interesting. So basically what this means is if Coinbase and pre-market, we are right at this area. If Coinbase closes above the support zone and the downtrend, we're set for the big next rally up. So you want to have your orders in place around 280 to buy when we go up. Because if Bitcoin breaks out and if Coinbase starts to move, usually what we don't see is, what I prefer to trade is actually this. We break out and then we retest and then we're off to the races. And then you buy the retest. With the crypto stocks, that usually doesn't happen. We break out, we go. So 280 in Coinbase is the level. Hut 8, one of the very popular crypto mining stocks. So mining stocks have been very, very disappointing. As you can see in the RSI down here, same scenario. The crypto stocks, they trade all in a cluster. So they all look fairly similar, but some look a little better than others or a little worse than others. And we want to pick the ones that move the most. In the miners, Hut 8 is one of the big movers. So what do we have here? Look at this run that we had since September, where it more than tripled, massively outperforming Bitcoin and all the other miners. So if we go to the long-term chart, you see that we had this very important resistance support zone. As you can see, if we're below it, Hut goes down once it's tested. If we're above it, Hut goes higher once we test it from above. What happened recently in the winter of 2024, we broke out above it, we tested it, this is where we are now. Now, I thought we would go a little lower because we still have this gap open right here. We have this gap open right here at the bottom part. But this is the thing with crypto. Things move fast. Things move a little unpredictable. You can't be a slave to your analysis. If things change, you have to adapt. And what we're seeing right now is that Hut is already turning around at this new downtrend plus the support zone. Now, if we look at this from a short term, then we also see that Hut has basically broken its short-term downtrend that has been in place since December. So this is kind of similar to what we saw with Bitcoin. It's moving up, and if it moves up, at least it'll hit the upper end right here. I see this zone right here around 30. So if you're not invested in Hut at all, you want to get a foot in the door, you want to see if you can get in fast, or if you're more conservative, you want to wait for a retest of this upper end of the support zone around 22.7 to 22.60, probably 22.75. But you want to be long You don't want to be short Bitcoin. You don't want to be short any of the crypto stocks right now. And obviously, we're going to look at MicroStrategy. That is basically the leveraged play on Bitcoin. This is what it looks like. So to fully understand what happened with Micron, which most people don't, we have to go back. And then you will see, right, 2021, the big bull run in the stock market and crypto. You see we developed an uptrend channel, and then we broke out of this channel, retested. It's not 100%, but did a retest, and then obviously we had this crazy run around the Trump Bitcoin rally. Now we corrected most of it. We, to the penny, at the end of the year, hit this uptrend that started developing last fall. That was the perfect entry point. But really, to be honest with you, who buys here, right? You don't know what's going to happen. It is New Year's, December 31st, and here's New Year's Eve. So you wait a little bit, and then we get this candle last Friday. Strong candle, bullish signal. Be ready for micro to go if Bitcoin breaks out. What are the levels? You see this resistance zone. So really, if you want to be sure, you want to put the buy order above the resistance zone around 395. If you want to be sure that we break the 100, you're going to go to like 405. But I think the 400, that's just a round number. So if Bitcoin breaks 100,000, MicroStrategy is just going to go. If you're more speculative, you're going to try to get in around 350, 360, 365, which would be the break of the downtrend. You still have this resistance zone. So either way, be long, watch what's happening in the crypto stocks, watch what's happening in Bitcoin. There seems to be a move happening. This is why but we cannot be sure which direction it's going to be. Right now, I'm favoring the upside because we have not seen any selling at the upper end of the sideways trend that we've seen in Bitcoin. Let me get you the Bitcoin chart here real quick when I talk about this. Right? No selling. So this favors the upside. We're made a new intraday high already, right? We made a higher low intraday already. We'll see if that holds, but it looks like it. So that's why I am favoring the upside. And if this goes, then the minus is gonna go. And that's why we need to position our buying orders now, before the market starts to move. Otherwise, we'll be way too late to the party. If it goes down and it doesn't trigger our buying orders, nothing is lost. Perfect. We can't play the short side in Bitcoin. It's too dangerous, or in the crypto stocks right now. So that's why we work with these buy orders. That's it for today. See you on Wednesday. If you like what you saw, please subscribe to the channel, like, comment, all the good stuff. Talk to you later. Have a great start to the week. Bye-bye.